In this lesson, we are still solving linear equations. We are doing it with algebraic fraction now. So remember that a linear equation will have a variable with no power, so it'll just be to the power of 1, and there will also be an equal sign given that it is an equation. When we say that you need to solve it, it means you are trying to find the value of x. So at the end, it should be an x equals answer. Okay, we have some nice simple ones to start with, and really this should be a simple one based on just algebraic rearranging. So we've got this whole thing sitting here, and you can put it in brackets if that helps you. What you need to do is remove this 2 because it applies to this whole section here. So if it is divide 2 here, given that that's what the fraction sign is saying, we will multiply on the other side, giving us x take 4 is equal to 3 times 2. So x take 4 is equal to 6. And then we have this take 4 here, we'll plus it or add it on the other side, so we end up with x equals 6 plus 4, and therefore x equals 10, and we have our x equals, so we have solved this algebraic fraction. Remembering that algebraic fractions have a variable in them, so there's always a variable in these ones. Okay, then it gets a bit harder. Alright, so these ones are a bit more complicated, and we can see that this is going to be really hard to sort out, and if we start moving everything over, it's going to take quite a while. So we need to think about what some of our lowest common factors are so that we can do some cancelling. Alright, let's see. So we've got a denominator here of 3 and a denominator here of 2. Our lowest common factor with these two would be 6. So what we're going to do is multiply each of these fractions by 6. Right, nothing else changes, just that we are multiplying them by that common factor. Now with that common factor, what we can do is we can start to cancel. So if we've got 6 up here and a 3 down here, and we divide by 3, we can say, alright, that leaves us with 1 down here and 2 here. And if we've got this 2 and the 6 here, we can say, alright, let's divide by 2. That will give us 1 on the bottom and, oh gosh, 3. Having a blank. Alright, now this doesn't seem like it was worthwhile, but now that we've got 1 on the bottom, what that does, any kind of number, say over here we can say 9 divide 1, that's a whole number, that just means 9. So back here we can go, alright, we've just got these bits on top of 1, so we can remove that. So we're left with 2, 4x minus 2 is equal to 3, outside of 3x take 1. So that's simplified it, that's removed the fraction element entirely. Now all we have to do is our distributive law. Remember, everything outside the brackets multiplies by everything inside the brackets. So we've got 2 times 4x plus 2 times negative 2 equals 3 times 3x plus 3 times negative 1. I'm running out of room, sorry about that. Okay, so 2 times 4x is 8x plus, will actually be negative 4, is equal to 3 times 3x, which is 9x, plus 3 times negative 1, which is subtract 3. Right, and now we can rearrange like any of the other rearrangements that we've done. We've got 2 terms with x's in them, we want to get them together. Okay, first of all, let's move this negative 4 over to the other side, so we're left with 8x equals 9x minus 3 plus 4, and that will give us positive 1. So negative 3, so take 3 away, add 4, that will give us positive 1. Now we want to get these over to this side, so the x's all together. If it's a positive number over here, it's going to subtract over here, so 8x, take 9x equals 1. We're left with negative 1x equals 1. If we want to remove this one, we can just divide, so we can say x equals 1 divide negative 1, and that's going to give us negative 1. So we have solved it, we have an x equals. So you can see these are a bit long-winded, and you've got to do some tricky things here. So if you are confident with that, you can stop now, otherwise I'll do another example. Okay, we've got same idea here. We've got a fraction, another fraction, it's got an algebraic term or a variable here and one there. So what we want to do is find a common factor. The common factor between 7 and 4 is 28. So it seems like a big number, but let's roll with it. So we're going to multiply both by 28. Okay, so now we want to get this, turn it into a 1 like we did over here. So the way we can cancel that is we can say, right, let's divide this by 7, and 28 divided 7 is 4, and 7 divided 7 is 1. On this side we will divide by 4, so we are left with 1 here and 7 there. So our next line is going to say 4 outside of 2x plus 12 over 1, which is 7, 3x plus 5, also 1. So we can remove those ones and just work with the terms as they are on the equals, on each side of the equal sign. Okay, there we go. Now we use our distributive law. Right, so we're going to have 4 times 2x plus 4 times 12 is equal to 7 times 3x plus 7 times 5. Right, so 8x plus 48 equals 21x plus 35. Bigger numbers this time, same idea. We want to get our x terms in the same place. So let's say we move this one over here first. We'll have 48 left over here, and we will have 21x take 8x plus our 35 in numbers, which will leave us with, what is 21 take 8? It is 13x plus 35. This time we want to move our number term to the other side. So if it is plus here, it will be subtract over there, which means we will have 48 take 35 is equal to 13x. And that is actually 13 will equal 13x. Therefore 13 divide 13 equals x, and x will equal 1. Right, there's a lot of working out there, like a lot. So what you've got to be mindful of is it is the same rearrangement, and just take it step at a time, go slow, think about it. If it's one sign on the other side, what sign is going to be at work? What operation is going to be at work? Take it slowly, go step by step.